Yes. People, what's going on? CL Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and let's get this show started. Answer these questions in the comment section before you even start watching the video. Are Arsenal out of the title race? Can Arsenal still win the Premier League? Should Arteta just focus on the cups? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Plus, we're going to look forward a little bit to the Champions League game versus Monaco, if I'm not mistaken, on Wednesday. But yeah, do me a favor, guys. Let's get this show started the right way. I got a panel show for you guys today. I got my boy Matt coming on right now. I got Gully in the building all the way from Birmingham. We got James in the house, and we got Nigerian Englishman coming all the way from the African continent. Big up my brother doing his thing. Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. Talk to me. I haven't heard you in a bit.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. And big up everyone in the panel. Big up everyone. Smash the likes, subscribe, comment, all of that. It's been a minute, Igal. You're right. It has been a minute. But always a pleasure to be back on your channel, bro. Big up.
All right. And then next we got Gully. Gully, I never know what is going on with you, because 1 second it seems like you're super negative. Next second it seems like you're super positive. You're just like me. You're kind of reactionary right now.
Yeah, I think that's literally the gist of our fan base. Everybody, whether you like it or not, we're a bit reactionary. I think it just comes with being an Arsenal supporter. But I don't think I change too. I don't lean one way too heavily. I'm in the middle most of the times, but there are times in the emotion, in the moment of the heat of the moment, wherever it might be, I might say a lot of things that are out of the blue, basically.
Fair enough. And then we got James. James, I don't know. Are you Arteta out? Because the way you talk sometimes, I don't know.
Definitely not Arteta out.
What are you saying?
Do you know what? I am critical of him lately. Like the Fulham game, I didn't like some of the stuff he did, but I'm not gonna say Arteta out yet. I want to give him to the end of the season, and then I'll make my decision. But I'm just gonna have to see how the rest of the season plans out, because I'm really upset because Chelsea's above us on the table right now. I might seem like a salty Chelsea hater because that's what I am, really. But I'm so vexed that they're above us on the table. Like, I know I should be upset because we're not first and Liverpool's there, but just having Chelsea above us, it kills me. It kills me inside, man. It kills me inside.
Yeah, and Matt, you gate crashed the previous show, Vibes from the Six, talking about the over-reliance on corners. I guess maybe that's the first place where we're going to start. Matt, do you feel like Arsenal are over-reliant on corners over the last 8 games?
No, I don't. And I don't like this narrative at all, because it's kind of another thing that we have in our armory that we can use if the game isn't going our way, or if we can't, create big opportunities from open play. We can use corners to our advantage because of how good we are at them and how consistent, our set pieces are. So I just don't like this notion that, it is over-reliance.
And can I jump in there quickly? What people don't understand is every single football game, people take corners. So every team's going to get like 5-6 corners a game. Just because we put one away doesn't mean we're focusing just on corners, because every team has corners every game.
It's kind of like penalties as well. It's like, literally, if you get a penalty, 9 times out of 10, you've got a very good pen taker in your team. Likewise, in our situation, we're just really good at corners. And also one thing is that because everyone thinks we're good at corners, and we think we're good at corners, it's in the mind. So when a corner's being taken, the opposition are thinking, oh my God, are they going to score a corner right now? And then we're thinking, yeah, we can score a corner. So sometimes it's just the mentality, and it's a mental thing. That's why we're scoring more corners. Obviously, the way we do set up and the way they make their runs is special. And it's not special, that's the wrong word, but it is planned. And you can see it's different to the other teams. But at the same time, I think it's just a mental thing now.
See what?
The only thing
Gully, what are you saying? 1 second. Gully's thinking different, I think.
No, I agree. I don't even think we're over-reliant on corners. And someone mentioned about how it's similar to penalties. I think it's nowhere near penalties. I think penalties, you have a way better chance of scoring. Corners, I think we're good at it. People are saying is on the same level as penalties, I don't think it's anywhere near the same level, man.
And then what about you, Nigerian Englishman? Do you think Arsenal scoring from corners in our last 2 games and not scoring from open play is concerning, or do you think it's like, do you look at it in that perspective? Because everyone seems to be getting at Arsenal that we were scoring from corners, but now they're getting at us saying we're not scoring enough from open play.
Which is why I love the set piece FC thing. I'm looking to put it as my WhatsApp status, set piece FC. I might even get some shirts printed, set piece FC, because Arsenal fans that think that's a diss is like, I embrace it. Yes, set piece FC. Were you one of the teams that fell to the set piece? Apologies to you, because the way they talk about set piece FC is quite disingenuous, because that makes it sound like everyone can do it. Okay, that means everyone can do it, right? So you lot just spend some time working on your set pieces, or I promise you, if you don't give us set pieces, we won't score them. I promise you.
You know what I would say, right?
Like, the audacity, a team giving us 13 corners and complaining about scoring from set pieces. Are they serious?
And then they can see to Nottingham Forest.
Literally the same way. And Stoke, they're telling us Stoke FC. Stoke, 45% of their goals were set pieces. 23% of our goals were set pieces. We're not even in the same Richter scale. We're not even the highest scoring set piece scorers in our league. Maybe percentage-wise we are, but in terms of the actual set pieces scores, we're not. So I don't get it. I love it. It's another tool to use to beat the opposition.
Let me show you something that a Liverpool fan posted on Twitter. A Liverpool fan posted Arsenal and highlighted Arsenal set pieces for the last 8 games and highlighted Arsenal in red. In open play, we've scored. We've been the 3rd worst in the league in the last 8 games. In set pieces, we've been the 2nd best, surprisingly.
There's got to be context added into this, though, because we've only played half of those games with Odegaard, and he's very crucial to how we score open play goals.
You care too much, bro. Fuck it. Fuck context, bro. We scored set pieces. Stop us. Come on, stop us.
But 1 second. It's not about the set pieces. Isn't it concerning that we're the 3rd worst in the league, open play XG?
Is it fact checked, though?
This is fact checked on average for the last 8 games.
I think there is a bit of a concern there, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
Think about it. So the last 8 games, who did Arsenal play? We played Chelsea. We played We played Chelsea. We played Nottingham Forest. We played West Ham. I don't believe that. How is that possible?
So we played Fulham, Man United. So we played
How is that possible? Man United. We slapped West Ham, didn't we?
West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Liverpool. Is the 7 or 8?
You know what? It's understandable.
Our biggest issue is not set pieces. It's not relying on set
pieces. Is our bigger issue that we don't score enough from open play?
Nah, our biggest issue is we don't take our chances from open.
Yes,
that's my issue. I don't think that's either. It's fucking annoying. Like, we create some good chances. Martinelli and Trossard, them two, Tweedledee and Tweedledum or whatever, they're single-handedly trying to ruin our season.
I don't agree with you, in terms of
brother.
They ain't good enough for this club, in my opinion.
You think Arsenal are not clinical?
Yes.
They're not clinical. But I think we don't create enough chances. I think we try to pinpoint how many chances a person misses in a game. Martinelli has missed about 1 or 2 chances in the Champions League game where Arteta picked him out for missing out 1 chance. We haven't created enough for us to pick out one moment for him.
Martinelli doesn't get no blind for me, but Martinelli is a criminal.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve criticism.
Martinelli deserves criticism, so remove his name, add someone else's, and I can.
Havertz, let's just say Havertz, for example.
I'm down to jump on Havertz, man.
One second, before we go on Havertz, James, the question is: are Arsenal not clinical enough, or Arsenal not creating enough, or could it be a bit of both?
Do you know what I think? That we should be far better than we are right now. For 5 years, 6 years he's had. And I'm not jumping on his back because I rate the manager, innit? But I just feel like he's on thin ice now with other fans and the pressure from the league and the media and stuff. But for me, I think he's ruthless enough to turn it around. I've seen him be ruthless with other players in the past, and I hope he can do that. But back to your question, I'm not too worried because we've had red cards, and the only games we've lost were the red card games. So I'm kind of like just sitting on the fence here. Still, I'll be honest. I'm sitting on the fence a little.
Get off the fence. Jump over, brother. Jump over
No,
the fence.
I need some more time, man.
Mikel Arteta, yeah. I'm Arteta, and you're gonna hear me with that same stance up until the end of the season. We might reevaluate come May, but I'm all the way Arteta in. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, he is our biggest issue.
No,
I am pretty much the same.
Do you know what?
I
am.
go back to the transfer window. I feel like this transfer window just gone was the biggest issue. We was going for the title, man.
One sec. In terms of why I believe is an issue, because for me, I'm not even gonna knock the window yet. I'm gonna allow him. I'm gonna let him have that because this is my manager telling me that this squad is good enough to win the league in it. So I'm gonna allow him that. I'm gonna get behind that. No problem.
But
My issue, hold on. My issue becomes when you get rid of two players to create a pathway for another player, but you don't start that other player. That's
Wanyeri.
number two. Both your left backs are injured, big man. One of your right backs is also injured. Rather than play the next in line left back, a youngster, or Kieran Tierney, who's not the best player, let's not get it twisted, and maybe not be in your plans long term, but you've relied on my guy before. So I believe you can rely on him at Fulham away. Do you have to create some sort of width rather than having two inverted fullbacks? Partey's inverting, Timber's inverting, Martinelli has a lack of space, Saka has a lack of space, so we start looking ordinary. If our manager took the same sort of risks he was taking in that first title run, we would be joint on points with Liverpool. I'm very confident about that.
No, you're right. I hear that.
okay, so
point.
are we putting this all on Arteta? Are we saying some of the players are also at fault?
No.
Arteta, Martinelli.
It's some of the players. Do you not want to hear something funny? Yeah. Do you remember where Chelsea were the day before Havertz signed for Arsenal? Where they were and where we were. We was the best football inside in the Prem, played the prettiest football, and Chelsea were in the mud. And now they've given us Havertz, and they've got Jackson and Neto and all that. Now they're the most free-flowing football team in the Prem. And what are we? That's not a coincidence. No, that's not a coincidence.
Do we understand? Do we understand?
No. Listen, Havertz was the biggest issue.
Do we understand playing Chelsea style of football, what it does, and how culpable you are to conceding a lot of goals and a lot of chances?
Not when Arsenal, you got Saliba and Gabriel at the back.
The way we play right now, teams know they have to be clinical to score against us.
Can I just quickly say as well, right, that we haven't conceded more than 3 or more goals in the last 2 seasons, I don't think. That just goes to show how hard we are to, score against, essentially. And Chelsea conceded 3 goals to Tottenham.
Yeah, but Chelsea's whole game plan. One second. Would you rather play how Arsenal play and win a bunch of games 1-2-0 or 1-2-1, or play how Chelsea play and win games 5-3, 5-2?
Really, I'd rather.
I think
5-3, 5-2 is more entertaining, but it's more stressful.
How Arsenal played in the first time.
Oh, why are we focusing on Chelsea? They're brand new team.
No, because James is basically saying Arsenal. Part of the frustration is how Arsenal play.
He's right. I agree with him, but nothing to do with Chelsea.
The manager's the reason. Yeah, fuck Chelsea. Don't talk about Chelsea.
Do you know what? I don't even mind playing like this.
You've mentioned him 4 times, bro. Chelsea have nothing to do with our issues.
Bro, this is literally
and I still believe
what we were doing 2 seasons ago, bro. In terms of
Chelsea, and like anyone that watched the Chelsea Tottenham game had nothing. Like in terms of title race, I've never been less scared of them as I am now.
No.
Can I also just say, right?
We're no title race.
We are literally all forgetting last year. In December, we did not win a single game apart from that Luton game, right? And we literally were 7 points or 5 points behind, what was it, Liverpool, I think it was, in February, right? And we finished 7 points above them. So I don't think it's as bad as everyone is making out. It's, it's not even Christmas. And, there's still a lot of football to be played. And we played the majority of our hard away fixtures first. So we've got those fixtures at home. So it's more to our advantage. So
I agree.
In the second half of the season, I do expect us to have a really strong second half.
But this is the problem. If we don't, everyone's going to get onto Arteta's back here, and it's going to cause a divide in the fan base again. And that's just not what I want to see, because I do believe in Arteta. I do.
Listen,
100%.
By the way, nobody said Arsenal was going to break the Chelsea record. There was a bunch of people on Twitter gassing it up. Stop making this thing.
No one's going to break that record in modern football.
No, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry, you know, I said that,
innit?
I said that, innit? I hold my hands
James,
up.
you're setting us up for failure, bro.
I said in the
bro,
next
no
3
one's
years
gonna
we
be
could
hit.
break
Bro,
it.
that's what 16 goals or something.
15.
So-
Saliba and Gabriel, with the right start, I think it's
Come on,
possible, isn't it?
Our best
This
ever
is
added Calafiori into that as well.
I
So I
think,
said we could
one thing I
potentially
noticed.
get close to
I
it.
think one thing I noticed from this season is defending has to do a lot with the consistency of your back line. And with
Yes.
us having a consistently like chopped and changed back line due to injuries, due to other things, I honestly did not expect us to be this poor at conceding goals. But then I look at the quality of goals we're conceding. We're conceding goals at such a low like quality of chance. Like the chances these guys are scoring from are like deflections for Leicester. The goal that James Justin scored, unbelievable. He's never going to score that goal ever again in his life. You know what I mean?
Can I also just touch upon the goal that Fulham did score? That was the only sort of chance
Kiwior's
they
fault,
had
by the
in
way.
the game.
All
Like,
Kiwior's fault.
No, but let me get my point
the
across.
whole game,
My-
it was half chance.
My point is Arsenal's defense has not been that bad. Our issue has been
I
our
don't think it is.
attack has not been good enough.
we went through the same thing last December as well. It's literally,
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not, getting
but
too.
it's not. It's one thing for you to go through. It's one thing for you to go through it once, but for you to have that same issue, because we literally were riding Bukayo Saka last season. We can call it stat padding or whatever it was, but he scored for like
Wait.
he scored 65% of our goals in it. What was that?
Can I just ask you a question? Was that not because in the chat they're saying it's not Kiwior's fault? Yeah, we all watched the game. Yeah, did he not get spun like a little kid?
It's not even that. He was just out of position. And
No, but he wasn't
Saliba
out of
had to
position. He's
try
out of
and
position because he's
tackle.
brain dead, and he's
No,
doing
if
a
he has to pick
360.
one person-
Let's be honest though. It's not only on Saliba, it's on Arteta also because he set us up for failure with the lineup. If we're going to talk about the problem in the Fulham game, let's talk about the Fulham game. What was the
Martinelli
problem
should have
in the Fulham
started.
game? Everyone just tell me what you think the issue was. For me,
the
Partey-
one criticism.
Partey and Timber playing out of position was stupid. You should have played Kieran Tierney
That's
or
literally
Miles Lewis-Skelly.
That's it. That's
we all
it.
agree.
That's literally
Is
it.
that
Timber
the main
on the
issue?
right hand
That's
side. I
literally it,
don't
bro.
want Timber on the
I don't-
left hand side.
Like, look. Let me tell you, football locker room. Yeah, let me tell you this thing that because you tried to start saying it. I'm just gonna break it down for you. Martinelli, Trossard, much of a muchness, bro. One person could be on for 2 games, the other one's off. Then one's on for a half. Like them lot, they're just not good enough, innit? We need to improve our left side, and we can just hope and pray that they do what they can up until January, and we get something to replace.
Yo,
that.
brother.
That's the reality.
Listen, let me
That's
tell you
the
one
reality.
thing right now. I'd rather have Martinelli or Trossard up front, or Jesus, any 3 of them than Havertz. Yeah, I want to see this guy.
No,
Why is
lead the
Havertz
club.
the
I wanna see
issue?
this guy on the
Nah,
bench.
Havertz is our
I don't
top
rate
goal
this guy,
scorer.
Hey,
He's our
out of
top.
all
No, I
these
don't
No,
know.
guys-
no,
He's the
James,
top
why is
scorer.
Havertz the
Listen,
issue?
Havertz is the issue, and until you don't see this, we're gonna go backwards. Like I told you earlier,
your issue with
he was
Chelsea?
the best footballing side in the country until he joined us, and Chelsea were in the mud, and now Chelsea are a great footballing side.
So-
You too
And we're
focused on
in
Chelsea,
mud.
I'm not gonna
So
lie.
what
Brother,
happened in the
what's
second
wrong
half
with
of last
Chelsea? What
season?
happened? What did the
James,
Abramovich
you're
do?
too-
Look, the beginning
Wait,
of
if
last
I'm being
season,
honest
did we
with
not start slow? Did we not
You're
change
too
our
bad.
whole style?
Abramovich
Why?
pulled the same
Because
amount of
Havertz was
seasons
in
And
he
the best
did.
football
not a
we played was when
midfielder.
Havertz was playing up top. So what's your point?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. Listen, when we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, we had scrubs in the back, yeah. Now we've got a great team, a great foundation, a great back four, a great midfield. But guess what? We got a scrub up top. We ain't even got strikers in the
So
team
just
because
say
there
we
is
need to
no
sign a
strikers in the
striker.
whole squad.
No,
Just
There's
say
not
we
even
need to
one
sign a
striker in the
striker.
squad.
I agree with that.
Just
Havertz
say we
ain't a
need to sign a
striker.
striker.
Jesus saying a striker.
No, he's right. James is right
This
about Havertz
this is
not
why
being a
we're
striker.
failing.
No,
I
Havertz
can't
is
lie.
not an out-and-out striker. He's not a
What-
striker,
people
but
agree
we-
with you.
Who just said that we don't have a striker at our club? That is wild.
We don't.
Who is the striker?
We
Who's the
don't.
striker?
That's actually
Kai
wild.
Havertz is a
Wait,
false
Let's
wait,
keep it
nine.
a buck.
Gabriel
That's
Jesus
crazy.
is a false
We've
nine.
got-
Wait,
Bro,
Yeah, no,
the honest
what-
truth is-
you're right. That's why it's fucking crazy.
Bro,
What did
our
Arteta sign
attack-
Havertz
This is
for?
this is
What did Arteta
this is
sign
what
Havertz
we
for?
last season,
Wow.
yeah. We needed.
Snatch you up.
So this is what I'm saying. Arteta refused to get Toney, but you see the style he plays now. Toney would suit us to a T.
No, but
Everyone
listen
said,
to
"Oh,
this.
Toney
That's
won't
doesn't
suit
suit
us."
our
The way
dressing
we're
room.
playing
Tony's
now
got
today,
fucking attitude problems.
Toney would
Arsenal
suit us.
have invested the least amount of money in their attack out of the top 6, and you could make a case that we've spent probably like the bottom half of the league. Because outside of Martinelli 7 million, Trossard 25 million, Jesus 45 million, and Havertz 65 million. What is that altogether? Around
Havertz not a
200.
striker. They didn't sign him to be a striker. They signed him
Okay,
to be a midfielder.
We signed him to be a
even
midfielder.
even if you take Havertz out,
Exactly.
if you take Havertz out, that means Arsenal altogether have spent between 80 million on
Yeah.
3 players
Havertz
in
out.
their attack.
Can I just say though,
Mm.
right?
What the
that,
fuck?
Whoever said Toney, right? I don't think he improves us. I don't.
I agree with you.
I
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
think he does. There's a reason why
Oh.
he's playing in Saudi.
Okay, what about
There's a
Ozyman?
reason.
Bro,
What about
do you-
Ozyman?
how do you watch our game and think Tony would improve our attack?
Brother, I don't.
Because
He's brother,
I
I don't
think
know.
Gyökeres or
We have
like
slowest attackers in the
an
world, in the
Alexander
league.
Isak, that type of a blockbuster
So
signing.
you know what the
not-
funny thing is,
not
yeah? You see
Toney.
Gyökeres, yeah? He's a great player, but he wouldn't suit us to break down low blocks too well, wouldn't it? Havertz would actually do better in those games against the low blocks.
Well,
His
how
ball
would Tony
striking
do
ability is
better than us?
ridiculous. Probably one of the best ball striking abilities we have in our team.
Yeah,
I
I would
think-
take
I
Gyökeres.
think-
Anyone but Havertz. Just get this guy out my club, man.
He's going to be a squad
Alright.
player.
We
so
need
he-
to
he's
deal
like
with
Hey, Brandon,
need
I
to
want to
deal
hear
with
what
your
Brandon's
Chelsea.
got to say because he keeps
Yeah,
shaking
same
his
here.
head. I
He
don't
just
know
been
what he's
shaking.
thinking.
Brendan wants to talk about Arteta.
Bring it up. Go on.
This is wild. I'm hearing things like Toney wouldn't improve our attack. Wild, guys. Wild.
I
right?
was the one who said he would improve our attack.
Let's just go to Fulham, right? There was a couple of occasions where Bukayo Saka put the ball in the box. Where was Havertz? Yeah,
Brother,
Nowhere.
Where was he?
killing me. I
He
won't
was
lie, I won't
nowhere.
lie, That was killing me so many times.
He was
Yeah,
nowhere,
that's,
right? But this is the point. The reason why Ivan Toney would improve Arsenal's attack is because he's a natural striker. So a natural striker picks up the position to receive that cross from Bukayo Saka where Havertz wasn't. So, yeah, Ivan Toney would improve Arsenal's attack. Why? Because he's a natural striker. Any natural striker in this side would improve our attack because they would pick up the natural positions of a striker, which Kai
Can I
Havertz.
say, not to the level that we want to be at. If you want me to
Mate,
preface what
yeah,
I'm trying to say.
okay, that's where I do agree with you. Maybe not
that's
to
what I was
the
pointing out.
level, right? And that's where we need a game changer, a level changer, like an Isak, for example, right? And I'm getting more and more on board of this whole Isak, to Arsenal thing. I do think he could bring a certain something to Arsenal. However, as I already said in the chat, I don't think we could point out the players, we could dig out the players, and look, a lot of them players haven't been good enough. Let's be real, right? And I dug the players out at the weekend because while we can sit here and talk about the manager, and I could talk about the manager all day long, right? I also expect a certain level of performance and a certain level of fight from them players as well, considering that Fulham was the team that we dropped points to twice last season. I expected them players to turn up to Craven Cottage at the weekend and say, look, that ain't happening this year. We're going to go there, we're going to put in performance, and we're going to make sure we get away with 3 points, and we're going to apply the pressure to Liverpool.
Well, Brandon, on that point, hold on. On that point, before you go on that specific point about the Fulham game,
Hit the like button,
do,
people.
do you not think that potentially our man Arteta, with too much information, got a little bit shook about what happened last season and tried to overcoach them for that game, which made the players... Because we didn't look ourselves at the first half, Brandon. You got to admit that.
For me, it was a personnel issue,
dominating
man.
them for the first
It's a
15
personnel
minutes.
issue for me.
I'm going to get to that, right? Because again, while I can sit here and dig the players out, 100%, there's loads of players in this side that are not performing right now, right? Trossard, Martinelli, Havertz had a poor game again. Odegaard was poor, but it's the first poor game that he's had since he's been back from injury, right? When there are multiple players in a side that are not performing, there's only one man to blame, and that's the guy in the right. Now, I think Nathan was the one who said it on the football terrace, so I totally agree with him as well. Mikel Arteta made the same mistake that he did when Martin Odegaard was out injured. What was the mistake that we kept making? What was like everybody was saying, and Miguel
Playing
said it.
players out of
He was
position.
forcing a player to play in a
Miguel said
position
it
that he's not.
perfectly. Miguel said it perfectly on the Arsenal roundabout with Dan, right? And we're on there again tomorrow. Everybody seems to think that Martin Odegaard coming back into this Arsenal side has all of a sudden solved our creative problems and everything. It wasn't just that. I knew it wasn't just that. Miguel knew it wasn't just that. I don't think any Arsenal fan on the planet thought that Martin Odegaard is the saviour and we are all of a sudden this creative team again that can score 5 goals. No. It was the fact that the manager had Urian Timber playing at right back. Not just is he better at right back than what he is at left back, but he also offers a certain amount of attacking threat going down that right-hand side, helping Bukayo Saka. We had Calafiori on the left-hand side, you know, a left-footed player on the left-hand side who was also very good at going forward, right? So also offers something to our attack. What Mikel Arteta did at the weekend, which is what he overcooked when we had Odegaard out, was he started overthinking things again, putting Partey at right back, moving Urian Timber out of right back and putting him at left back, having Kiwior at centre back, a guy that we was actively looking to get rid of in the summer.
Let me just ask everybody a question quickly about Kiwior. Do you guys still want to get? Do you still want to sell Kiwior in January?
100%.
Yeah,
I'll
fine.
sell him for
Because I
5
want
million.
Euro Hato.
1 second, road call, everyone, one by one. Matt,
Yes, because I want Euro Hato to replace him.
Gully.
I don't think we can. We don't have all our defenders are out, and we barely struggled to get him in the lineup against Fulham. Without him there, who do we even put in there?
Facts. What do you call it? Nigerian Englishman.
No, because I know we won't replace him with quality, so keep him.
Isn't that more concerning, James?
Yes, that is, but you know our club.
Obviously not in January, but in the summer we definitely got to deal with that, man. He's got to go. Havertz has got to
Now,
go.
summer is fine. January
100%
is
summer.
just too early.
All right.
Yeah,
Because if
summer,
we
they
sell
gotta go, man.
Kiwior, we're not going to sign a left-footed left centre back. We're not going
Do
to
you
do
know
that.
what? Do you know what I would say?
You agree?
Although Kiwior has to go, 100% he has to go because he's not good enough. right?
January is not the right time.
There are other players ahead of him that have to leave this football club first.
He's not the issue. That's what I'm saying. Kiwior is not the reason we drop points at Fulham for me.
right.
Not in the
Asu-
centre back department, though. You mean in the whole team?
hang on. Tommy Asu is one of them, purely and simply because this
'Cause he
guy
never plays.
this
Yeah,
guy
fair.
never stay fit. Zinchenko's another one, right?
Yeah.
Zinchenko.
Bro, you don't
comes
need
back-
to explain that, Brandon. Trust me, you don't. Trust
I
me,
know,
you don't need
I know,
to.
but let's forget about Zinchenko's quality for now because we know defensively he's not good enough. Let's just look at him in terms of injury as well, right? He comes back, he starts one game against Manchester United, and then all of a sudden he's not available for the next
Pisses
one.
me off, man. Oh my
Yeah?
god.
That's another
Tierney
guy
needs to go as well.
who is continuously injured.
Tierney's gone in my eyes.
Kieran Tierney, right? Kieran Tierney has to go because the manager clearly doesn't want him here. Otherwise, he would have started him against Fulham. Okay, he might not be the long-term solution, but guess what? If you'd have started Kieran Tierney against Fulham, you would have had a left-footed left back at left back, who's actually a left back. You would have been able to keep your.
I ain't seen him play for that long, man.
Crazy,
he
that.
could have made it worse, man. I don't know for sure. He
Hey,
could have made it worse.
now, bro, you're telling me he's worse than 2 fullbacks inverting? That's what you're telling me.
Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
I'm
wait,
not saying
wait,
that. I'm not
brother,
saying
brother,
that.
brother, this
Brother,
way.
Alright,
Time
guys.
is before he
Guys,
starts blood
Tierney's
changing.
let's get it.
issue has always been-
We haven't gotten into the nooks and crannies of the main
Let's
reason why
forget-
we're here. Let's talk about the title now. Quickly, quick question. Do
Why?
you feel like Arsenal got stronger than last season, or have we gotten weaker?
We're weak.
You
I
ask.
think it's quite in the middle in that I don't think we've improved, but I don't think we've been weakened essentially.
Okay, Matt. Let me answer this
Because
for-
we're only a couple of points off than we were last season.
Okay,
That doesn't
cool.
mean we haven't been weakened. Bro.
Okay, let me answer this for everyone because there's.
Okay, how about this? Are we stronger than last season? Just make
No,
it clear.
no,
Yes or no?
No.
Listen, let me
We
answer
haven't
this.
shown
for-
it anyway.
Let me answer this for everyone, right? Because there's a simple statistic to tell you whether we're stronger or whether we're weaker than last season, right? Last season, Arsenal finished the league on 89 points. Right? In order for us to finish on 89 points this season, we cannot afford to drop any more than 6 to 7 points this season.
Yep.
Does anybody here think we are dropping any less than 6 to 7 points this season?
No, we're gonna drop more than that.
Of course we are. So Arsenal cannot and will not finish on the same points total that we did last season, we will
Yeah, but the
finish.
title can be won. Sorry to interrupt you, Brandon, but the title could be won with less than 84 points this season.
Correct. The title can be won on less than that. However, when you go on points total, are we worse than last season? Yes, we are.
Okay, so let me make the case, guys. Gully, I'll start with you. Is there a case to be made that Arsenal can still win the league?
Before I get onto that, I think Matt mentioned about how we're in the middle. We haven't got worse or better. I think if you just look at the way and the players that we brought against Fulham and who we had on the bench compared to who we had on the bench last season, even though some of them were injured in Vieira or Smith Rowe or Nelson, whoever it might be, but we brought on Martinelli and Jesus, and the only attacking option we had after those two, and no one else was injured, by the way. Attacking option that was a senior player was Sterling. That alone tells me we've gotten worse from last season. Because if you go back to last season, either Nelson or Vieira could come on, and still you would have another attacking option. In who was the third one?
We had Ethan.
Eddie Nketiah.
Ethan's
Yes,
talking about
Nketiah.
senior level. Nketiah was the other one I'm talking about. But even then, nobody really wanted Nketiah. But even then, there was still another option to bring off the bench. Right now,
was a striker.
Right now, there isn't. But in terms of winning the league, I personally didn't have us winning the league this season. Coming into it, I'm not going to lie. I just thought our squad was weaker from the summer transfer window we had. I thought we didn't focus on the positions that we needed to. We ended last season knowing in the first half of the season, we struggled with our attack and we didn't improve in that sense. We bought a defender. Defender was the first signing we made. Once again, Arteta loves signing defenders for some reason. Even though we clearly do need defenders, I get it. But every single transfer window he's been here, he's either signed a goalkeeper or a defender. Once again, he did. Neto came in and Calafiori. Moreno's another one, even though I do like him and a lot of Arsenal fans.
Bought the wrong Neto, didn't he? Fucking hell.
Even I was shocked. I saw him on the bench.
Another thing about Calafiori, we've already become dependent on him as left back.
And that's another issue with Arteta. How can you become
Injury
so
prone.
dependent on a left back that you barely used this season already?
Yeah.
Like, it don't make sense. It doesn't add up. But yeah, this season about winning the trophy, winning the league, unless we do something crazy in the January transfer window, I don't think we're winning the league.
Guys, even if Liverpool drop 9 points, do you think we can get on a run of games to win?
We don't.
Got a favorable.
Here's the thing, Miguel. This is the thing right here, innit? Like, currently, as I said, I evaluate my seasons every 10 games, innit? So the first 10 games, my team showed me that we can't win the league title. That's what my team showed me. In the next 10 games, they might show me something different, and my conversation might be different. But as of now, no Arsenal fan needs to be talking about no title race, bro. And that's keeping it a buck. But then they're too embarrassed and talking about phases and all that. They get in their feelings, so they don't want to admit it.
No,
right
but
now,
it's Liverpool up front.
Hold on.
It's Liverpool
right
up front.
now, hold on. Right now, I'm not trying to talk about any title race. If you get me to January and I'm within 4 or 5 points in Liverpool, I might entertain you because the window's open. Maybe a couple of things can happen. Maybe. But until then, we ain't in no title race. And it's hard to take. I know it is. 5 seasons in and all that. But the sooner you accept it, the better. We can just go back.
We're moving like Chelsea, man.
Getting 3 points, bro. 3 points.
But honestly, it's the harsh reality. I'm not crowning Liverpool champions. I'm not saying we're out of it, but reality sets in. We've dug ourselves too big of a hole.
No, but look, me and Brandon are like, I don't know how old you lot are, but
I've seen titles
closer to my age.
You're making me.
I'm talking about when I saw us claw back bigger points margins than
97.
In the invincible season, we had like 7. Our disciplinary record was worse, and we went unbeaten. So it's not impossible. But as of now, this team don't look like a team that can go on a run where they're winning 6-7 games in a row. Until they show me that type of form, I can't get behind any sort of title race or run or blah 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 at this stage. Okay. But as people have been telling me in previous seasons, situations can change. Until then,
1 second. I seen someone today say something completely separate from what we're saying. He said, "Why does it seem like Arsenal drop points? Like everybody else will drop points, but when Arsenal drop points, it's more magnified." Do you think the Fulham
because
result?
It's supposed to be our year, And they knew this in the
They
summer.
won a
and they
league
had
in 20
some
years, bro.
rubbish
That's why.
transfer window.
Yeah.
That's why.
But
Like,
the fans
they have to bring it on
too much
themselves,
as well.
man.
I'm just saying, could you see a world in where we go slap Everton with no pressure, go win the next couple games, and we're back in the mix?
I can see us slapping Everton, but that doesn't mean we're back in the title race.
This is where being back in the mix and actually winning it is a completely different conversation, right? We have enough evidence based on the last 2 seasons that Arsenal's biggest failure when it comes to league title race isn't that we can't go on a run, because we can. We've proved that. Our biggest failure is when the teams ahead of us or the team ahead of us drop points, we fail to capitalise. I.e., this weekend just gone. Liverpool didn't even play, and we failed to capitalise on the fact that they didn't even play. Bearing in mind as well that Everton and Liverpool haven't beaten Everton at Goodison Park in nearly 6 years. Right? So Liverpool don't have a great record there. If we'd have won our game at the weekend and it had gone to 4 points, and then also obviously Chelsea won as well, Liverpool were all of a sudden under a lot of pressure to go and get 3 points at Goodison Park, which they don't have a good record at. Instead, now they're going, okay, Chelsea's coming up behind us, but nobody's really talking too much about Chelsea, and I understand why. Because as I've already pointed out before, Chelsea are what Arsenal were 2 seasons ago.
Exactly. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
When I watched them win yesterday,
they're not as good as we was though.
No, they're not as good.
You know what
But
it reminded me
you
of?
see what we mean by
It
the trajectory.
reminded me of when we went to friggin' when we played Tottenham at our ground and we won it convincingly, or when Ramsdale got kicked in the back of in his back when we won there. It reminded me of Granit Xhaka. Jesus pre-World Cup was unplayable. What the fuck happened to that guy?
He was a beast, bro.
This is what I mean. Chelsea are what Arsenal were 2 seasons ago, in the sense that they're playing this beautiful attacking football, but they're always liable to concede goals. Also, they're a young team with very little experience of winning together, right? So that's what Arsenal were 2 years ago. This is their first season for many of them players of experiencing being in a title race. So I don't suspect that anybody's too worried about Chelsea, because they will probably eventually drop off like we did.
Still want to put pressure on them regardless.
But the point is this being our 5th year under this manager, with all the players we've signed, with all the money that we've spent, with City now looking like they are extremely vulnerable and maybe like just about scraping their way into the top 4. This was supposed to be our year. This was supposed to be us.
We pray for them like man.
Are you saying Arteta needs to be replaced?
Oh,
I think he does, bro, because the problem with Arteta is, right, when he has his best 11 available to him, brilliant, yeah, and we've seen that for the past couple. Arsenal quite happily with their best 11 go to Sporting Lisbon away, a team that haven't been beaten for 18 months, regardless of whether they've lost their manager or not. And we go there and we slap 5 past them. We go to West Ham, we slap 5 past them with our best players available and all players playing in their best positions. The moment that controversy hits and we have 1 or 2 injuries and he has to kind of, do something different, this guy constantly overthinks or moves players out of position. He's done it twice in the last 2 years and it's cost us the league. Aston Villa away last season was a must-win game, and we lost.
Havertz thing was
crazy. Sudden to bring Zinchenko back into the fold because we had an injury. This is why I say to people that Mikel Arteta isn't a good enough manager to get Arsenal over the line, because when he's got his best 11 available to him, fine, brilliant. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Brandon. Though, yeah. Do you think Arteta has these versatile players, yeah, because he knows he can't really secretly trust that the board will give him 2 squads, like Chelsea get 2 squads, like Man City get 2 squads? Do you think he no, seriously, it might be why he goes for these versatile players that can plug in holes.
Why didn't he play Lewis Skelly on Saturday, bro? Why didn't he play Lewis Skelly? Why didn't he play Toney? Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
Maybe, but in reality, right? In reality, a lot of people seem to think, or a lot of people say that a proper striker completes this Arsenal side, right? We could have had a proper striker if we didn't sign 11 goalkeepers, 22 defenders, 40 midfielders. Do you know what I mean? So when you look at it, you can break it down into loads of different sections. You can say like players like Lokonga and God knows who else, Matt Turner, etc. They only
Tavares.
Is that guy still on our books?
Let me 1 second. Let me bring it back.
Congo, is he still on our
Do
books?
you guys feel like Arteta has a big part to play in our collapses over the last couple of years?
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you feel like if we were
part to play?
Do you feel like if Arteta is replaced, the next manager with similar lineup could do similar to what Arne Slot's doing with Liverpool and just get us over the line?
Well, we won't know that. But
I can't
what I
answer
would
that
say is that people who say that Arteta has been a failure is just bullshit, really, because he's come in and he's built a squad that can challenge for the Premier League. Now, it remains to be seen if he can get over the line. But if he can't, then we are in a win-win situation because we've got this brilliant squad. We just need a better coach. That's essentially it.
Go back to Brendan.
It's not even the coach. I think.
1 second. Let Gully say his point, Brendan.
This is how I distinguish Mikel Arteta, right? I think Mikel Arteta is a top coach. But the difference between a coach and a manager, there's a difference there. A coach is somebody who can get the best out of certain players. I believe there's a lot of players here at Arsenal who, when we first signed them, were nowhere near as good as what they are now. So in terms of his coaching, I think he's a very good coach. A manager, however, the best managers in the world adapt to the players that they have at their disposal. Mikel Arteta has time and time again that when it comes to adapting, when we have injuries, he can do it.
Adapting. Okay. I don't know. I just seen that video. The guy saying it's not adapting. But Gully, what are you saying?
Just to play devil's advocate here in terms of Brendan talking about Arteta. I forgot your main point at the start who it was, but it was about Arteta not being able to basically get us over the line and we should replace him and get someone in that will be able to do it. Do you
People
not
are saying Ancelotti.
Do you not think, but do you not think like the fact that this is his first managerial job, that he's only 5 years into his managerial career and he's learning on the job basically, do you not think that plays a part? And if he is given more time and given more money, he will be able to do it more or less. I'm playing at devil's advocate.
Brandon, tag me in after if you don't want to answer this. Tag me in after.
I certainly think.
Let's hear from what do you call it, Nigerian English from Brendan, because you have said a little bit on this.
Yeah, let me just real quick. I certainly think there's an element of that. Yeah, that there is an element of when you look at Mikel Arteta, he's only had what let's say 6 years as a manager, so there is still an element of he's learning, etc., and all the rest. But the biggest problem that Arteta has and that we have is we're Arsenal Football Club and we've gone 21 years without a league title. So in terms of him being the right guy or the wrong guy, the reason why he's the wrong guy is because can we afford him that more time when we're desperate for a major honour now?
I hear it.
Do you know what I mean?
If he's gone as this close, though, don't you think he deserves more time to be pushing it over the line?
Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hear it. If we come out of this era with Arteta and all the players we currently have, and we don't win anything, and then we get a new manager in, and we continue to not win anything, I'm gonna look back at it. And I'm gonna say maybe we wasted our time keeping Arteta too long.
No, but Agal, if we do get rid of Arteta, I know you want to go, Englishman, but just one thing: if we do get rid of Arteta, it means he had to. It can't be to another failure. This means he has to be the stepping stone, like Rodgers to Liverpool. We have to go and get Ancelotti. Ancelotti's the only manager I'll swap for Arteta right now. And when he comes in, I'll tell him, make sure you bring.
Early will tell you he watches Madrid. You don't want to do that.
Trust me. Anyway, but we'll get to the Ancelotti part. First of all, I'll talk about Arteta because for me, I don't know if you lot were the same. When he first came, I was like, what the hell is going on here? What is he doing at my club? Like, we want to go back to the top and we got this apprentice. So he wins me the FA Cup. Then I'm like, you know what? He's won a cup. I'll give him this first full season. Let's see what's going on. I'm just telling you my journey with Arteta. So after that first season, I was like, you know what? No, Villarreal. Then Villarreal happened that second season, innit? And I was like, that very night, I was like, yeah, get him gone. Obviously emotional and all that. You know what I'm saying? Emotional. end of the season, I was like, my issue wasn't with Arteta by the end of that season, to be honest. My issue was with the Cronkies because they're the ones that are trying to get us to change how we think about managers. If they'd got a top manager from then, we wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let's give him time because it's his first job and because I don't know about you guys. I found myself doing that. I said, you know what? What do I expect of Mikel Arteta as a manager? Not as an Arsenal manager. What do I expect from Mikel Arteta? So I started setting my own goals because the board had already fucked up any chance of me getting a top manager. So I was like, let me set my own goals to manage my expectations of what I expect from this particular manager. So that first season where we bought Ramsdale, I was like, because we didn't get that one last midfielder, I said top 6. He finished 5th. I was like, cool. Then the following season, we had a title race and blah, blah, blah. So I've given him till the end of this season where I'm blindly Arteta in. Yes, I'm behind you. This squad is good enough. No problem. Then show me, bro. Show me that everything I've backed you makes sense. Show me that you weren't stupid to let ESR and Vieira go because Ethan is the guy. Show me. I don't mind, though. I will shut my... Just show me these things. So at the end of the season, I can be like, yeah, I was right to back this man because if not, I'm telling you guys, and you can clip me up. If by match week 34, we mathematically cannot win that title, Arteta, if you're watching, do the right thing and walk. Walk, bro. Don't even finish the season. Because if Slot wins this league before you don't... There's no
but I will say...
The Champions League is the only thing that saves you, bro. And
Where do we win the League Cup?
One thing I want to say, yeah.
If Slot wins the league, Champions League is the only thing that saves
but one
this
thing,
man's
yeah,
job, bro.
Slot came into a team that's won the league before, and if you think about it, Maresca and Slot had a better starter pack than Arteta ever had, because Arteta's starter pack was Socrates.
Brother, I don't give a damn, bro.
Don't even compare them to when Arteta came in. Just compare them to right now, what the team we have at the moment, to this Liverpool team right now. Liverpool have 4 all-timers in the 11. Why are we comparing to what Arteta can do with his exact same team? Even though he didn't bring in any signings, I get that, and I get all of that.
I think Arteta wins the league with Liverpool.
Never
with the players that Liverpool have, Arteta could win the league with Liverpool. I honestly believe that.
James, we can't say that. There's no evidence.
Forget about that, bro. I'm just saying, in terms of the team they have compared to the team we have right now, if you talk about comparisons, they have better players in certain aspects that we've never had. We haven't had for a long time.
Nah, bro. I think we have a better squad. It's just, how the fuck are we not getting good performance?
But their first 11, bro. The first 11 compared to ours, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you look at it, man for man, for majority of them.
Who's first 11?
Liverpool's first 11.
Liverpool.
Let's do it. Let's do it then. Let's do it.
You can
just based on this season, Saka doesn't even get
it, bro. Let's do it, seasons. I'm talking about overall because you got 4 all-timers.
Let's do it then, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it one by one. Let's do it.
Okay,
all right, the centre backs here, Gabriel and Saliba versus Konate and Van Dijk. Yeah, as much as I love my two, yeah, they're just carbon copies, really. They're just carbon copies, really. And if you deep
Brother,
it,
forget all
their
that.
two have more experience.
You're rushing. Let's do it one by one. Let's not rush this thing.
Do one by one.
They got goalkeeper. Keeper they got. Left back. Who's the left back?
Left back.
Timber.
If you dare say Liverpool left back. If you dare say Liverpool left back.
No, wait.
Robertson is going to go down as one of the Prem greats.
Based on this season, because
I rate Robertson.
Who they are. Who they are.
Yeah. Who they are, not right now, yeah?
Yeah, who they are.
Because
that includes right now. That includes right.
So you go with Robertson then.
Okay, so because he's got a Premier League, that means he can play.
One second. If we're gonna do the whole Liverpool Arsenal checking who gets on whose team, goalkeeper is Alisson. Left back is one of our left backs. Centre back pairing is Van Dijk and Saliba, or Van Dijk and Gabriel. Right back's Trent. The DM is pick an Arsenal DM, Gravenberch. Or Arsenal Gravenberch, an Arsenal DM, either Rice or Partey. This season it's been Partey. So Rice and Partey and Gravenberch, and then McAllister.
I'll go McAllister, Odegaard, and one DM.
Odegaard. So take out Gravenberch, put McAllister, Partey, and Odegaard. That's the midfield.
How can you take out Gravenberch? He's been one of the best midfielders this season.
You can't take him out. If you're going on this season, by the way.
So keep Gravenberch, Partey, Gravenberch, and Odegaard, and then front three is Saka, Salah,
left mid, isn't it?
Saka, Salah, and who's the striker?
It can't be off.
It has to be Havertz.
No,
it has to be Havertz.
It's Jota.
Jota's played 4 games, bro.
But all right,
He's still there.
Dennis Nunes. Can it not Havertz? I'm telling you this right
Nunes, bro.
We don't
Wallahi,
like Havertz.
James, you have an agenda.
Just put
James, you have an
Calm
agenda.
down, bro.
You have an
When
agenda.
now. Bro, I would take
man,
Nunes.
no
In
way.
Jan, I
Come
would
on.
take Nunes. I would take
There
Nunes
is
in
no
Jan.
way. There's no way you're taking Nunes over Havertz. Liverpool fans will take Havertz over Nunes.
I think it's a bit harsh to say Nunes over Havertz, but I will say
Let's see how it goes. Let's do a
either
little swap
Jota,
then, innit? See how
even
it goes.
Diaz this season. If you're going based off this season, man.
What,
Diaz
Diaz over
over who?
Saka, yeah?
Diaz up front.
Striker.
He's been playing up striker, yeah. He's been playing up front for Liverpool.
You know
Oh,
what?
Diaz
Mo
up
Salah
front.
striker makes more sense. Diaz on the left, Saka on the right, Salah up top.
No, Diaz has been playing striker. That's the difference. He's been playing striker.
Who's the manager? Arteta or Slot?
I think Arteta's a better manager than Arne
Slot,
Slot.
man. Put Slot in. Tag him in. He's got league title. You get me?
Guys, do you think Arne Slot's a better manager than Arteta?
Yes.
Hey, numbers don't lie, bro.
Nah,
I
Ten
would
Hag
lie.
won the
Six
league.
slot with
Ten
a
Hag
team
won
like
those
Arsenal.
Dowie leagues, and what did he do with
Personally.
Man United? I know they're a
All right,
cursed
all
club,
right.
but
All right, guys.
Brother.
Simply, there's another part of the title. This is the final topic of the day. Should Arteta focus on the cups?
Yes.
Champions League, yeah.
I don't like
He
that.
should. We could genuinely win the League Cup, the
Yeah.
FA Cup. We could genuinely do that because we're already in the quarterfinals and we're against the Crystal Palace, which we should beat, right? So I do think that we can win this League Cup. We've trusted our youngsters for the early part, which means we can play our best 11.
One second, I forgot the super chat. El Maris comes in and says Arteta's great against good teams, but he's very his good record against the Big Six, beating City and Chelsea, FA Cup. But he's
in his season.
That's
He's right.
a really good point, you know,
Yeah,
because
it's true. We haven't lost
literally
15
before
games
Arteta-
against the Big Six.
bro, before Arteta, we couldn't win a game away at a Big Six club for what, in 40 games we didn't get a win, right?
Yeah,
He's
they're
unbeaten in like what, 2 years or
15
something, or
games.
1
Yeah,
year. He's completely unbeaten.
Tottenham haven't beaten us in like 5 years.
Chelsea haven't beaten us.
Chelsea haven't beaten us. Manchester United haven't beaten us for 3 seasons.
Nope.
Crazy.
Yeah, Arteta's doing good on that regard. I give
No,
him
the
that.
big teams, bro. That's the one thing.
Brother, the
we
only
we've
thing
been
he's
flexing
missing is
that
the
for the last few
title, bro.
seasons,
I
man.
know, but this
And
is
that's
not
the
a
big
big
one.
one.
He's not
And
a
that's
good
the big
manager.
one. Do you
No,
know what
but
I'm saying?
his-
He's got all the
His point
all the
is
sixes and
Arteta has
give
made
me
us
the-
Arteta has made us unbeaten against these teams. But my issue is, why can't we beat Southampton? Why can't we beat Fulham?
Bournemouth, Newcastle.
because
Because-
he's spineless this season. He doesn't
Right.
have a backbone this season.
No, it's because when we play those teams, they attack us and we're able to score against them. But when we have to face low blocks, we don't have enough solutions to answer those problems.
Thank you.
Now-
Now,
We do have solutions. That's the whole point of the set pieces, no?
No, but that's not enough.
Well, he's the one who keeps buying these stiff 8s.
Can I just say, right? If we had utilized Ethan 1 year,
You're getting at Declan Rice now.
I rate Declan
Ethan
Rice.
1
He's
year
staying, yeah.
is so
Like,
much more effective.
We should have took Madders when we
in
had
low
the chance,
blocks.
man.
Oh my God, get Madders out. Madders.
Nah, I would have took Madders, man.
You're
Madders-
bugging.
Madison is worse than Bruno Fernandes, bro.
No, but this is what you don't understand. It's a profile of player. We
It's a
haven't
waste of
look. Say
rejects.
Odegaard's injured, yeah. We haven't got anyone that can come deep, collect the ball, or even do Odegaard's job.
Hey,
Like the
boys,
whole
we
team.
should have kept
we had-
ESR, bro. We should have
One
kept
second.
ESR, bro.
We had ESR and Fabio Vieira, and Arteta didn't utilize the
No,
squad.
Vieira's
I
dead,
think-
yeah. ESR,
I
yeah.
think there's a question about Arteta's capabilities of utilizing the squad properly.
Fact.
100%.
Let's talk on it. Let's talk on it, bro.
Let
And you
them
know what?
speak. Matt wants
You know
to
what?
say
I thought for the first, like a few weeks ago, when I saw 1 week we had Marino and Partey, then we had Jorginho and Rice. I thought, raw. Then I think Jesus started up front. I was like, this guy's actually using the squad a bit. I thought this was the trend. But then we saw what happened at Fulham. Straight back to not believing in my squad. It was bullshit that I believed in Ethan because I didn't think he could start games. Oh, we bought Lewis Skelly in for what reason? Just so he can be a decoration on the bench? Like Tierney, like what are we doing here? I'm scared.
that Bournemouth game, and then when he did it against Newcastle, pissed me off the most because he used that midfield against Bournemouth, and they
Brother.
dominated in the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes when we didn't have a red card. Then Newcastle, he did the exact same thing of starting Moreno, Partey, and Partey, Rice, Moreno in midfield again. We didn't create anything. Like, he doesn't learn sometimes. It pisses me off, man.
It doesn't.
I'm still
learn to-
behind you, Mikel,
One
but boy,
second.
I mean, it's
I
getting
just wanna
harder and
say-
harder to back you, man. It's getting harder and harder to get behind this.
El Madis's point was Arsenal are much better against the top teams, so maybe we'll have a better chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League.
Nope.
He's
No,
not good
because we
knockout
can't-
competition.
Amen. Football gods, if you're watching out there, that'll stick it to all of them. Liverpool win the league, we win the Champions. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
down
bro,
with that.
if
I'm
we win
down
the
with that, big
Champions
man.
League, if we win the Champions League,
Oh,
I would
Don't
be
do that,
shocked because
do
our performances.
We're not
away
doing it,
from
but
home-
if it happens,
One
just
second.
everyone should
Arsenal's
block me. Everybody.
performances away from home in the Champions League have been poor. Our best result is against Sporting, but majority of the games
we've-
outside of that, we've been struggling away
No,
from home. in
we've
the Champions
drawn one, lost one, won one.
No,
No,
but
I
this,
mean,
this
the
Champions League format is
performances-
unknown, isn't it?
the
You never
performances
know,
have
man.
not been
You
good.
never know.
Inter performance was not good. Atlanta performance was not good. Last year, Porto, we grinded it out, went to penalties. The year before that, that same year, we lost to Lens.
Hang on. Are we all forgetting about Bayern Munich?
I was about to bring that up. Go on.
I mean, it's a great
Now the
point.
referees checked us.
Arsenal's top 6 record in the league is fantastic. It's brilliant, in fact. If you go back to last season, Arsenal's top 6 record last season was the best.
The best.
Man City was the worst, but they still won the league. Why? Because we dropped too many points against the lower leagues sides. You know, the teams below the top 10. Champions
You know
League.
what? We actually would be better off if we drop points to the top 6 and beat everybody
There's-
else.
There's a
Yes.
crazy record where the Premier League title rivals don't beat each other for like how many years? It's been so many years where either of them don't beat each other, but they still go on to win the league.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
It
that's
doesn't
the thing.
matter if you can't
and
beat
we
each other.
beat
I
both-
don't know, man. It's not really like that.
And we beat
It's
both
happened,
the title
but,
rivals.
It
At
doesn't
home.
hasn't happened for a minute. That's my whole point.
Nah,
We
but
beat Liverpool and
the football
Chelsea,
we
and we
grew up
still
on,
lost the
that was what typically happened, bro.
As a
But
girl
to
just
beat
said,
your rivals on
It is
on,
weird.
on the odd chance you have a stalemate where you both draw, but mostly you beat your rival, man.
That was
Okay,
That's how
years
you
ago.
win the league.
I'm
That hasn't
gonna
happened for-
have to wrap this up because I gotta go do something in the morning tomorrow. But one thing I will ask you guys is anybody gonna be watching the Monaco game expecting anything but a win? Like
I'm
we're at
going,
home versus Monaco. I'm not
Is it away or
I don't-
home?
At home. I don't know too much about
Yeah,
Monaco, but we're at home. We should be
Nah, we
slapping
should
them.
win, man. We
Win.
should win. We should win.
Is Monaco doing any good in the league in France? Anybody watch the
Nah,
French
nah.
league?
They've done really well in the
Yeah.
Champions League, but I don't know about the league.
Yeah, average in the league.
Hey, and
Can I also just quickly say, right, that
they've got Balogun in
huh?
Yeah,
Monaco-
Balogun don't play.
No, bro, he don't even start for them. He don't even start for
Really?
them.
What, Bellingham's at Monaco?
Yeah, I think so.
Balogun.
Yeah,
But Balogun.
he don't even
That guy,
start for them.
that guy still plays football. Swear down. I ain't
He's
heard
their
of him.
top
Hey, I
scorer.
remember we did a stream on him
second.
last
He's their
pre-season.
second.
and I ain't
He's their
heard of him
second
since.
leading goal scorer in the French league.
There you
Swear
go.
down. How many goals?
And
3 goals.
hey,
That league is dry.
That's
We've-
second
we've-
leading goal scorer. No way.
we've
No,
just-
he's Monaco's second leading goal scorer. Monaco are currently- Monaco are currently 29 points. They've won 9 games, drawn 2, lost 3. They're on a good road.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
pretty good.
But guess what?
Can I-
We
Yeah.
dominated PSG, who are currently better than them in the French league. So
Yeah.
I expect us to
They
dominate.
beat
At
Monaco.
home in
Barcelona.
the Champions
Are we
League,
better
we're
than them?
pretty good.
They beat
But that's
Barcelona.
you.
We're
We're
better
good.
than
We're-
them.
Are we going traveling away to Monaco? No, we're at home.
No, we're at home. We're at home.
So we
Well,
should beat
at
them.
home, we've been good in
comfortably.
the Champions League. I don't mind a
Yeah, we
home
should.
record at Champions League, especially.
Yeah, we
Can I
should beat
just
them.
quickly ask
comfortably.
you guys, right? What do you guys think is our best midfield three? Because in my
No.
opinion,
Forget about that. Everyone's saying we're gonna beat Monaco though, right?
Yeah,
We
I'm
should,
going
but
there.
there's no there is
I'm going there. We're going to
we
score
should beat
3
that.
goals.
What do you
Right,
mean?
calm down, Matt. Calm down.
hey, listen.
What do you mean? No, 3-1. A 3-1 win.
Let's just win.
3-1.
bro.
3-1.
We should beat Monaco, but we've already just dropped points to Toney FC. You know, it's a bit
But we weren't at
broken.
home. We weren't at home.
We
I don't-
lost to our academy. Imagine
I
losing
don't
to our
care.
academy.
It would literally be
Mad
like
thing.
Balogun to come back and score a goal against us.
Balogun's injured. He's out for a week.
Oh well, we're all right then. We're all right. We should be all right.
All right. Also, a win versus Monaco solidifies us as a top 8 team.
Oh,
I don't think it does.
I think it does.
I don't think it
No,
does
doesn't.
because
It can't, man.
There's
Nah,
we're
it
currently
can't,
on
man.
10 points.
Don't get me excited.
We'd go
for
to
the Roos, bro.
13 points.
Scratch it.
There'd be 2 games left.
What do you mean? It does. We currently have
No,
how
sorry,
many
3
points in the
games left. There'll be
Champions
3
League?
games left.
How many points do we have in the Champions League?
There's
We have
still
10
4
points.
games, 3 games
There's
after
still
this
too many
week's
games.
game.
There's too many games.
We've
Oh
got 10
shit!
points.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
There's 3 games
Hey guys,
left.
tell me you lot have seen the groups for this World Club Champion whatever thing is. There's like 6, 7 groups or something, bro.
Yeah.
But bro,
Well,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
man, because I was sick and tired of seeing Chelsea win
wait.
1 game finals and getting
So
excited.
wait, who goes from the Premier League? Because I saw Juventus in there from
bro,
Serie A.
do you not
Like,
know?
who goes in there?
Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City are
Hey,
all
Chelsea
in it.
are going, yeah.
Yeah, because they won the
They-
Champions
won the
League.
They're
Champions
gonna
League,
send their
right?
youngsters, man. They're sending their youngsters.
They won the Champions League, right?
They
Yeah,
can't
but
send
what,
their
is
youngsters.
it
They have
based
to
over
play
a
their
couple
main
of?
team.
So what are Juventus doing there? They ain't won the Champions League since the 90s.
Chelsea have to play their main team, by the
Yeah,
way.
bro. Does anybody know
It's
why
apparently
that
a
is?
rule.
Bro, I
the way
don't get
is?
it, bro. I was seeing some random teams that I'm like, all right. I guess-
It's
This is
based on
after the
Atletico
season
Madrid, are there,
finishes,
so
they
it's
have to
based
do
on
this.
it's based on finals in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
finals. Okay, yeah. Juventus have been
So
excited
is Tottenham gonna get in it?
No,
No,
but they
it's
only
just
have one.
City and
Calm
Chelsea.
down. They didn't have history to back up the finals.
You got
So
in European as well. You got to talk about Europa League as well.
don't know.
I think Atletico Madrid have had like more Europa League finals than everyone else combined in that list or whatever it might be. So they're in there because of that as well, and Champions League finals as well. To be fair,
All I know is this is basically an international friendly that they've turned into a major cup now.
Yeah, quite
Just
literally.
send the man them over, man. They ain't
It's all
send them
based
up
on
first
rankings,
team.
basically.
They mad.
it's all rankings.
So who's in it?
I don't
Chelsea,
know.
only
Like,
City and
little
Chelsea.
maggot teams.
You got
Chelsea and City.
Palmeiras.
Liverpool aren't even there.
With the
The
Brazilian
freaking
team.
league leaders aren't even going. Bollocks.
So it's Real Madrid, Man City, Juventus, Al Hilal, and all these other guys. Oh shit!
Al Hilal, you know. What?
It might be just European like rankings in terms of how well you do in Europe. I think.
Yeah, but
me
how
show
Al
you.
Hilal
Hey,
there?
let's not speculate. Hey, comment section. If you know the exact, please let us know because it's looking.
Let
mad
me
right
show
now.
you guys.
I don't even know what the reason is.
I'm
This is
telling
it.
you, those Saudi clubs have
Look
played.
how
Porto's
many
in there.
teams there are, bro.
Bro, where Porto haven't won the Champions League in decade.
Who the fuck are Al Hilal FC?
Bruv,
The one
brother.
below Porto.
Yeah,
Who are they?
In Ronaldo's league, isn't it? Ain't that Ronaldo's team? No.
I've never heard of that team.
Wait, is that Ronaldo's team? Oh,
No,
I don't even
It
know.
might be
Who's-
another team. I'm not gonna lie.
Who does he play for again? That's how I don't. I say, I don't give a fuck.
Bro,
Unless-
all I know is Inter
There you
Milan
go.
are gonna breeze this group.
Why are you
Porto.
looking
Inter
at this?
Miami that are there. Right, hold up. This
Honestly,
is
you know what this
confusing.
is?
Yeah.
This is Niger's jealousy right here. Why are you jealous, bro?
Jealous of what, bro?
Chelsea are in it.
Bro, there's like, do you know how many games there are, bro? I was just like, why is there so many games, bro? I'd love to be there, of course, because that means we would have potentially won the Champions League.
People are
but
saying I'm
Can't
dissing
give a damn.
Porto. Porto haven't won a Champions League in a
No.
decade, bro. What the hell? Why are they there?
European rankings, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, bro.
I only want to be there if I
They
won
probably
the
like to
Champions
take
League. That's it.
like one team
I
from.
won the Champions League
quite
last year.
as
That's the
many
only reason I want to
Yeah,
be
but
there.
how
man.
Al Hilal
Yeah.
there and whatnot? Like,
All we
That's
know
Because
the
is
whole
they
point.
they're
It's
taking
like-
like
that's
one
Asian
team from
champions.
People
every
are just
league,
having
man.
vibes, man.
They
Matt,
dominate
people
their
are just
section
having
of the world.
vibes right now. It's like, fuck it, we'll have a
But yo,
tournament.
guys, the final question. Matt had a question about the midfield. What's our best midfield? It's easy. Odegaard, Rice, Partey. Simple.
because
I disagree.
I just tend to disagree with that.
I
Like,
disagree.
in terms of the profile, right? And people are going to call me deluded and mad, right?
If you say
But I
Jorginho,
would
I'll
do-
fly into the
no.
UK right now.
No, let him
But I
say
would
it.
do Rice as the 6
Uh-huh.
or Partey as a 6, just either one of them.
Yeah.
And
With
then I have
Ranieri
Ranieri
and Odegaard, yeah?
Odegaard, because Ranieri is
Excuse
a
me?
player that can carry
Matt,
the
what
ball.
I
hard
was
drugs
gonna
do
say
you
the
do in
same.
the
Hey,
outfield?
Matix, I
What
was gonna
hard
say the
drugs do you
same
do there?
thing.
Because
Go on.
Ranieri and Odegaard can play together. Because
What
one's the
hard
creator
drugs do you do
and one
currently?
is an
What hard
attacking
drugs?
threat. Odegaard
Bro,
is
that's
not an
what,
attacking
you know
threat.
what? I agree with every word he just said, and I big him up. Matix,
Nah, profile-wise, like,
Matt?
profile-wise,
Matt.
it makes sense.
Matt, I
Facts.
don't know.
He's talking. Hey, listen. I've never done a
Matt.
stream with him before. He's talking facts, bro. That is our
Bro,
best
hey,
midfield
you've
against
been,
the low
you've been
blocks.
obsessed with,
Did
you've
you-
been
hold on,
obsessed
you
with Chelsea
said-
today, so
listen,
you pipe
when we
down
play
for a
the big
second. Matt,
six, when we play the big six, we can go with a Gauss free. When we play Fulham,
Exactly.
we go with Max free. bro. That's how
Ranieri
you
is
win.
the key to
I don't
unlocking
know
low
about
block.
you lot. Brandon, AFC Gully, I don't
You
know.
get a 1-0 and then you
Ranieri
bring
as
on
a
your
number
fifth
8 for
midfielders,
me
man.
stinks, bro. As him and Odegaard starting a game, that stinks for me. Unless Ranieri is playing on a wing or something. But he ain't ready to hold that.
Let's be honest, guys. Arteta's
My
never
best
going to do
midfield
that.
is that we
On the
like,
real,
Partey
does
and
anyone
Rice need
ever
to
think
stop starting
Arteta's going to
games
play
together. I agree with that.
Rice? Do you think he's ever going to play Rice, Ranieri, and Odegaard?
Next season, he
should do that against the lower teams who are playing low blocks against us and start. And once we get a 1-0 lead, take him off.
Odegaard was
He's too risk averse to do that, man. He will never do that.
Our best midfield is
He's
Partey,
still only 17.
Marino,
But what I'm
and
saying
Odegaard.
is that long term, that is our best midfield. Long term, that is our best midfield.
We're not talking about long term. We're talking about right now.
Yeah, but I would still play that though.
Okay. Can I just say one thing?
Trying to get Arteta sacked?
You got to just hear me out for a sec, yeah.
That's like Man City fans saying Rico Lewis is their best midfielder.
Let me ask you a question, real quick. Is
Go on.
Ethan left-footed or right-footed?
Right,
left-footed, but it doesn't matter.
He's left-footed.
Oh wait, no, he's left-footed. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of that, and playing against the low block, I'd probably have to agree, because then you could drift Ethan out to the left hand side to help Martinelli.
Why are you doing this now?
I think you guys are.
Hey, what? So that's three of us, yeah. What about you? What about you?
No.
I can never
understand the profile of
You're never gonna get us to agree.
No, I agree with profile-wise. It makes sense, but I'm saying Arteta wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, so you'd be okay if we started our next game, Ethan, Rice, and Odegaard. You'd be okay with that?
There's certain games that makes perfect sense profile-wise.
Okay, so against Everton, would you be alright with that?
We don't have a single
100%. 100% I'll be alright with that.
Well, all I gotta say is, Arteta's not going nowhere, guys. We're gonna have to be back. This has been a good little debrief. Hopefully, everyone's got it out of their system and kind of calmed down. I'll tell you this: today was not a good day. But hopefully Wednesday we can all feel happier, because I just want to get another Arsenal win under my belt so we can forget about the last drop points.
On that last thing, the whole Ethan thing, I think it's something that Arteta could do and probably should do. The only problem with Arteta is to enable him to do that, he'd probably put Partey at right back. You know what I would say,
Partey should never play another game for Arsenal right back. That is a fact.
You know what? I think that's it for today, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Catch you guys on the next one.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.